Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's Peder Quello here with a really good friend of mine, Colin Dobrin, and an awesome realtor in the area. And excited to have him on here for some insights on the real estate market. But want to start off here just with the mortgage market. We've seen pretty flat interest rates here over the last month. They've trended up slightly. They're still in the high sixes. It depends on the program, product, and whatnot. But not seeing a whole lot of movement there right now. So that's kind of a good thing. Stability is good. We've seen a lot of volatility this year, so it's kind of nice to see them not moving significantly here. Also, I wanted to share, right now we saw an increase to the area median income. And why that's important and significant, especially for first-time home buyers, is that allows them to waive what are called LLPAs. It's loan level price adjustments that both Fannie and Freddie put on loans. And I'll put up a graph here of how that impacts. So just to give an example of this, let's say there's a first-time home buyer with a $500,000 loan amount with a 720 credit score. There's an LLPA adjustment of 1.25% to the loan. So that's an added cost to get the going rate at that time. So that would be on a $500,000 loan, you're looking at $6,000 plus in additional closing costs with the LLPA. For first-time home buyers at or below the area median income, that gets waived. So that's an affordability improvement, price improvement for people that are at or above or at or below the 100% median income can still qualify for a loan. And we saw on May 18th, those go up from 118,000 was their area median income to now 124,100, which means more people can qualify for the waiver of the LLPA adjustments. So that's a positive thing we're seeing for first-time home buyers. We're looking for every little piece of anything that we can do to try to help of the affordability challenge for first-time home buyers, especially because it is really tough to get into this market. What are you kind of seeing out there in the real estate side of things?
Sure. I mean, I think affordability continues to be the bane for most buyers, and it's just a challenge. We've seen prices remain resilient and continuing to climb, even ever so slightly year over year. I mean, they're virtually flat in our market here year over year, but they've increased nominally. But I think one of the things that I saw recently in an article was some data showing that Portland is number 2 as it relates to seller concessions. And so we are seeing sellers give up more in order to attract buyers. And so that's a great sign for buyers. And again, we're looking for every single thing that we can get for our buyers to increase their affordability. And so the seller concessions, those are going to come in the form of rate buy downs, or just really ultimately decreasing your cash to close as a buyer. And some of that, if it goes to the rate buy down, it's also going to improve your monthly payment. And I know for each buyer that I'm working with, they're going to have a different set of motivations. One person's going to want a lower monthly price. One buyer's going to want to make sure that their cash to close is as small as possible. And so, really, that's one of the great things that we get to do together is we partner in order to help our buyers
find that sweet spot.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really important to partner with your team of realtor and lender to make sure, because lending programs have max seller contributions. So you want to make sure that the loan program, the seller contributions are in line with what the lender will allow for. Yeah. And then also try to, as you're saying, is a temporary buy down the right thing, a permanent buy down, just reducing your cash to close as much as possible, finding that objective that makes the most sense.
Absolutely.
It's really key.
Yeah.
What else are you seeing here as far as just like market trends out there?
Sure. I would say we're seeing inventory tick up slightly year over year, and that's been the case over the past couple of years. And I really think for this year in particular, I think it's a function of fear and uncertainty, and we've seen a lot of fear and a lot of uncertainty just at a macro level in our economy, in our country, which I think has a lot to do with the uncertainty around the tariffs and the moving target there. And so, how that trickles down to sellers and buyers, I think it just freezes everyone because people don't know how to make decisions when there's a great deal of uncertainty. But what I will say is our inventory is ticking up, even if just a little bit. And I think that has to do with, again, uncertainty, but also sellers who are wanting to just move on with life because they've put their plans on hold in the hopes that interest rates will come down in order to provide a greater affordability with their next move. But we're seeing rates, as you already said, just remain pretty steady. And so we are seeing more listings. We're seeing more sellers, I think, take their plans off the shelf and put them into practice, whether that be, they're having kids and just life is happening. They want more space, or maybe there's a job change or something along those lines. So we are seeing inventory tick up. I think that's a great thing for buyers who are in the market. There's going to be more options. There's more opportunity at this time, again, for seller concessions, but also just for negotiations. I mean, it's just a more normal market than we were seeing 4 to 5 years ago.
For sure.
And so I think all of those signs are super positive for buyers.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. I think we're seeing a much more balanced market. Every month, it just seems a little bit more of a healthy buyer-sellers market, and I think that's really good. I mean, buyers have been at a disadvantage since 2013. So to see the balance I think is a positive thing and a healthy thing for the market.
Wanted
to kind of transition to May is actually probably becoming one of my favorite months. It's just so fun. The weather's changing, the long days, Mother's Day, got a guys golf weekend, and it's just a fun time. I'm finding Memorial Day weekend is one of my favorites now. So, but with that too, there's just so much mayhem. My sister said May mayhem because there's so much going on. Kids' schools, with all the things, with sports, weekends. We've been away, I think, every weekend this month. So this podcast I was listening to from Darren Hardy this morning on he's the author of Compound Effect. It does some really good Darren dailies, and he was talking about the impact of stress on our lives and how it's way significant, and the ways that we can kind of moderate those and be intentional about that are really impactful on living a healthier, more full life. So I was curious, kind of just playing into that, what kind of, if you have some kind of tactics for dealing with stress levels as those start to rise.
Sure. I mean, I think for me, especially getting into this season, this is, really the reason why we live here is for these months ahead, especially where it's just so beautiful. So for me, I think one of the best ways just to reduce my stress and bring that cortisol down is just being outside. I love to fish. I love to surf and do some mountain biking, some hiking and walking with my wife and daughter and our dog. And so I think that's one of the best ways for me. It's literally just getting outside, turning off my phone, closing my computer, getting out from behind a screen and experiencing creation.
It's awesome. Yeah. I could see that even play out with seeing my boys just when they're outside more. I just feel like they're just more pleasant around, and I could definitely see it with myself too. Absolutely. I'd say for myself, a couple of things are just kind of getting up early for a quiet time, prayer time, just reflection and perspective time, and also exercise can be really key for me. I know when I'm moving my body, it helps a lot with that kind of stuff. So those are a couple of things that I think help. I can tell the difference if I'm doing those things or not doing those things. It's just getting to me. But another thing is music. Music for me just really helps relax me and keep me in a good mood no matter what I'm doing. I think it makes everything better. So that's part of the reason I like to do my songs of the month. And one of my songs of the month this month is Amen by Jelly Roll and Shabuzi. Shabuzi. I love my 2.5-year-old no Shabuzi is. I guess this is Shabuzi, and he says it in a really good way.
Right on.
So that's the song of the month this month. Check that one out. Do you have any song of the month? You mentioned you're going to a concert tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to see Leon Bridges
Leon
at,
Bridges, which I don't know.
Edgefield, and it's sold out. So I feel like a king, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
my
yeah.
wife bought me tickets for Christmas, so we've been it's been on the calendar for quite a while. Let's see. I'm excited for Texas Sun. That's a
Texas
great
Sun.
song.
That does
Texas
sound familiar,
Sun.
actually. Texas Sun.
And it's just good, like feel good vibes, and he's a fantastic singer. I kind of think of him as like the modern day Sam Cooke, if anyone's familiar with Sam Cooke. But
Sam Cooke. I got a buddy named Sam Cooke.
oh, there you go. Not one of the
This to you,
same.
Sam. This to you, Sam.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
All right,
Yeah.
dude, that's awesome. I'll be thinking of you just this evening, just having a good time listening to what is it? Something Sun?
Texas.
Texas Sun.
Yeah.
Texas. Well, good deal. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Colin, thank you so much for joining.
Cheers. Yeah, good to be here.
Man.
Yeah,
It's
you
good
bet.
stuff. And have a great one, guys. Till the next one.
See ya.